This conference will now be recorded.
Those pictures were really beautiful.
Yeah, most of the time we are spending, we're not going anywhere, so spending in the backyard, making vegetables and all, yeah.
It is fruit of hard work.
Yeah.
Just to tell you, Siddharth, Gyan and Lipsa have Rajesh, you are again not audible. Rajesh, the best solution is you join both from mobile and laptop. I'm very sure bandwidth is not issue in US, so you can join from both. Okay?
Hello, am I audible now?
Yes, you are. What did you do? Miracle.
I think I think there is something which needs to be set up. I'm not sure. Like yeah, it's good.
Okay, so what we did is yeah, so I'm going to do today to search where I put your classes. So you people wrote yesterday program. Can you create a duplicate of that? To create a duplicate of that, are you there? First of all,
Yes.
To duplicate, you can do several things. One of things is just click it and create a duplicate. If it is running, then also you can create. So if you create a duplicate, and my naming convention is you want to follow something different, fine. My naming convention is like 001, 002. It gives me ample scope of if I forgot something I want to rewrite, I can rewrite. Okay. So, but you can follow anything you want. Anyway, you will be getting this link. So once created, please go and open this one and like any teacher who is very poor in his skills, I keep on copying code. I never dare to write code without practicing or copying. Okay. Always remember one thing, it is not a place to show your skills, either your workplace or in the classroom or any place. You have to get the job done. Rather than showing that you know a lot, you make sure that you get the job. Okay. So the first thing is we created a model, right? So quickly go and run all of them again. Please quickly run all of them again. Okay. Any question?
Actually, my system has got restarted. So let me do
That's
that.
Okay. That's okay. So please watch. Okay. And I can give you code later. Okay. By the time you are able to watch or not.
Yeah, I am able to watch.
Is it Siddharth, right?
This is Rajesh.
Rajesh. I get very confused with voice.
Okay, no problem.
I'm not still used to. Okay.
I'm getting error while running.
Siddharth?
Yes.
So let's go to Siddharth and see. Yes. Can you share your screen,
Yeah,
please?
sure.
Okay, so let us see what you did.
Yeah, I guess there was one mistake.
Go
Let's,
from the
now
beginning.
it's working. Yeah.
Now working.
So there was, yeah, it's working. There was a mistake, like it was import here, so I changed it from.
That's okay. Okay, so we are all done, and you people understand that code?
Yeah, we understood, but I just wanted to know like what we have done now. May I share my desktop?
Yeah, please. Oh, Rajesh, right?
Yeah, yeah.
You don't need to understand all the syntax as long as you understand the flow and logic.
Yeah, yeah. So this is the one which we did yesterday,
Yes.
and you told something called a duplicate, right? So from where can I get it?
Close this one. Close this one. Close this tab.
Go
Okay.
to home page. Home page.
Yeah. Now click that.
This
Whichever
one?
file you had open. You wanted to duplicate some file, right?
Yeah.
No. Check box is there. Close the tabs. Close the other tabs.
Oh, okay. Duplicate.
Yeah. And open the duplicate one and close extra tabs.
Okay. Actually, I'm not able to go from here. Let me.
You are not able to go there. Hold on.
Yeah. Now I have closed. Yeah.
No, please see my screen. Please see my screen. If you people are having difficulty, you should be having something like this. I'm showing you how to minimize your this one. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
And there is this button.
Okay.
That is that you click that. What happens?
Maximize.
Yeah, minimize and maximize, and you can drag this one. You can use that one to drag it anywhere. Did you get?
Okay.
Move left, right, bottom, whatever. Keep it minimized. Okay, and drag with those 6 dots. Okay.
Okay.
Are you able to?
Let me share. I think I'm not able to see that actually.
Let me show you again. If you minimize, you will see something like this, right?
Yeah. Actually, not actually. So let me share and.
No, I cannot see your controls. The problem is that I cannot. Okay, do one thing. Can you print a screen and show me in Paint or something?
Yeah.
So I'm giving you, share, print a screen and put it in Paint or somewhere so that I can see. So it is Rajesh, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Print a screen and show me on Paint. Okay, so you see minimize is not there. So
even I don't have that, but I.
Okay, view everyone is there. Just you can hide that. Click that and hide everyone. So that will reduce it further. Okay.
Not able to take it actually. Why it is?
Go back to paintbrush.
Okay.
Or duplicate. First click the duplicate. First you have to click the duplicate, which you were doing.
Yeah.
Okay. Now go to paintbrush. And you see there, you see in the center of the top, view everyone.
Yeah.
If you click that in your control, you will see hide everyone.
Um,
You did not get?
let me see.
Can you take fresh? Can you take fresh a screenshot and put in paint walk?
Not able to come into that meeting. I don't know why.
Yeah. You see, here it is. Now you see minimize button. Can you see that minimize button above microphone?
Apple microphone. Oh, okay.
The
Two arrows.
second
Two arrows up and down. Arrows.
two arrows
No.
meeting
On the screen, go to meetings. Go to meeting window.
Oh, okay. This one.
No.
Go to, if this is the screenshot, right?
See, yes. See the speaker. Where is your speaker? Okay, take the screenshot now. Take the screenshot now. You see here, hold on, Rajesh. On the left side, you see several icons like mic is there, video is there. Okay, yeah, there only. Yeah, yes. No.
Okay, got it. Yeah.
Two arrows are there. Click that arrow, and now give me a screenshot. In fact, these are the things take a lot of time in first 2 weeks. Fortunately, with you people, it has not taken much time. No, I think you have to delete first picture and then do it.
Okay. Is it coming like that? Let me close all these.
Yeah. Take first screenshot.
Oh, why it is coming like this?
No. You can do one thing. Select A and delete. Control A and delete. Click delete. Delete it.
It's not working. I don't know. Let me see. Let me close it and take it again.
New one. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, you see 6 dot, you see?
Yeah.
You can move that to move anywhere. Try to move left, right, bottom, etc.
Okay.
You can move.
Okay. Yeah.
Got it?
Yeah.
Good.
Okay. Now I got it. So this will be maximized, right?
Click again. Those two arrows, it will maximize.
Okay.
Okay. Fine.
Okay.
And suppose you want to see my screen full, you have to do F11.
Okay.
Unfortunately, there is no way you can do better than that. Okay. Only thing, hide everyone. Does hide and gives you more screen area. Okay. I am showing you mine. Okay. Hold on. If I'm not sharing, then I can see everyone. Okay. Can you share once again so that I take share once again, please. Earlier, go to meeting was very good. They used to give you full screen. Now everybody is changing interface, and I don't know who is advising them about those things. It is now counterproductive.
Do I need to share or cancel?
Yeah. Okay, let us get started, and then we can see anybody is having problem. Then we will see again.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what you people have done? You people have got the duplicate, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So once you have got duplicate, we are going to do something in here. So what we are going to do is we are going to create a deep learning model. Okay. So we are going to use this code, and I'm giving you this code. Please write it. Where you will write, I'm showing you. Okay. You are going here, and where we created model, please find out where we created the model. Okay. Here this one I wrote. Yesterday we wrote this one, right?
Yeah, model.predict text that we did.
I'm not very sure why it is coming like RF, but fine. I put RF everywhere, I believe, or I wrote something else. I don't know. Generally, I write model, so I'm changing that to model. Okay. And you people have written that model, right?
Yes.
Yep.
So what we are going to do, this was classic machine learning model, and we are going to do same thing with deep learning. Okay.
Okay.
So what we are going to do, I'm going to make blue and put a mark down. Okay. And give one extra line, or better. Okay. Let me do again. This was code. This was code. Okay.
Yeah.
Make it blue and click M. It will become a markdown. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let
And
me
it will
do
not
again.
import the ensemble, right?
Yeah, it will not do. It is comment. Now select that, make that cell blue and press markdown. It becomes markdown, but the problem is if you run this, it will come in one line. So to avoid that, you select that and press a tab. And now run. It should come like this. Let me tell you again, because second one I'm doing. You see, first step is make it blue, press M for markdown, select all the text and press a tab. Run. Please do.
Actually, I'm not able to follow. So where exactly we need to do this one?
Okay, now I will come to you.
Okay.
Everybody else, Rajesh, right?
Yeah.
Okay, make you presenter. I made you.
Okay.
Yeah, find out where you wrote model.
This is the model ensemble dot random.
Above that. Yeah, stop. So this one we are going to what is called convert markdown. So make that cell blue. It is green. Yeah, now press M. You can select from there. A shortcut is you press M, then
Yeah,
also it.
okay. Okay.
Select all the text. Select all the text. No, select all the text and press a tab. Press a tab. Run. If you don't press a tab, if you have 2-3 lines, just make it mark down. M. Press M. Press M. When it is blue, press M, run. It became markdown. If you have 2 or more line,
Okay.
2 or more line, it is good to have tab. So I always give tab. Okay. So you can go back and give.
Also,
yeah, double click that. Double click that. Yeah. Give tab and run. Okay. So everybody should be able to follow. Anybody is not able to follow, I'm going to come to you. Siddharth?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, good. So we did mark down these 2 things. We did. If you have more code, you have to do more. I'm creating some new cells. Remember that click blue and A for above and B for below. I created 2-3 cells and I'm replacing classical machine learning model with deep learning model. Do you understand?
okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yesterday I showed you that you change the data, it doesn't make any difference. Okay?
Yep.
Today I'm going to say, so you change the model, it doesn't make difference. Do you understand?
Okay.
If you are changing model, then your data should be different, everything should be different because algorithm and data should match. I'm showing you here, you don't need anything. So what we are going to do, first thing we are going to do, I have given you a code. Please write that code. Please write that code and try to run it.
Anywhere, right?
That? No. We are replacing model, so you commented model.
Okay.
In that place only you insert. Like you see, I commented these 2 because we are deleting the old model and we are putting the deep learning model. Okay. Everybody getting same problem?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm
So can anybody tell me why we are getting?
It's not imported, I guess. TF.
TF is not defined anywhere and we have not imported also. 2 ways we can use a library. The first is define somewhere. Second is import.
Import.
So we are going to do import TensorFlow. TensorFlow is Google product and that includes Keras. Okay. If you are interested in mathematics, basically you know a scalar. You might be knowing vector, and then vector becomes matrix. Matrix becomes tensor. Okay. So this is the way things work. Okay. So what we are going to do, we are going to import TensorFlow. TensorFlow name is very appropriate because it deals with tensors. Deep learning is nothing but high dimension space, okay, and nothing else. You don't find anything else more than that. So what we are going to do, we are going to import TensorFlow. And because TensorFlow is a big name, we are saying nickname. This is nickname.
Okay. Alias kind of thing.
Okay. So can you write and run it? This time is to draw.
Yeah. It is okay.
Yep.
Yeah, yesterday TensorFlow was not working. So I had stopped this one. Okay. Because it was not working. Are we clear?
Yes. Yes.
So now we are going to Let me just check whether my pen is working or not. Gyan, anybody is coming? I need a XP pen cables.
Okay.
This is the best thing I could have had. Now it is giving me as much trouble as it can.
Uh,
I don't know what happened. It keeps on working and now it has started working. Okay, fine. So classical machine learning is, the models are very simple. Okay, one more
So
software.
what is classical machine learning? Is that the normal machine learning, right? Hello?
Classical machine learning. Okay.
Am I audible?
Why classical machine learning? Because it is
Hello?
very simple. It has started early. It is simple.
Yeah,
Just
it's
1
audible to me,
second,
but
my
Thakur has.
screen is starting.
Hello, Thakur. Am I audible?
Technology fails you when you need the most.
I think.
Okay. So
Yeah.
what is happening
Am I audible?
is
Yeah, I am audible. You are audible.
models are nothing
can you
but
ping?
model
Okay, mute,
is a concept,
unmute, I guess.
nothing else.
Thakur.
You give right. So
Thakur, you are not audible.
you give input data, it learns, okay, and then what you go
Now, Rajesh, are you
test
able to hear
data you
me?
give, and it performs,
I'm not. So are you audible?
right, or predicts.
No, Miss,
Are we
you.
clear?
I can hear you,
This is a
but
simple model. What do you do?
Thakur is not
think
able to hear, I guess.
You create a model,
Yeah. So
give train data.
We need to
What
like
happens?
SMS,
Train,
SMS, like wait. He's there in
right?
the SMS.
Now you give test data, and what does it do? It
I
gives
think
you
it's
predicts.
stop. Ask him to stop it, and then
Yes.
Yeah.
Right?
Jan, are you audible?
Now what
Yeah,
happens?
I can hear you guys.
Okay, but Thakur is not able to hear us.
Let me message.
Learn.
Yeah, I messaged
You're
him
learning. You make some mistake.
on
What
WhatsApp.
happens? Your boss
But
comes and tells
WhatsApp is
you
not.
this is
Yeah, now
wrong.
he got the
So
message.
there is a feedback, right?
Yeah, he
Yes
got
or
a
no?
message.
And this feedback becomes your training data. Hi Rajesh.
Thakur, you are not audible. So
I'm not.
no. So from the last 2 to 3 minutes, you are not audible.
Yeah, we lost everything.
Okay. Can you people hear me or not?
Here, but I mean, like in between, it is going and coming back.
Right now, nobody can hear me, right?
Now we can hear you, but when we are talking, you are not able to hear us. Everybody.
Just a moment. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I'm so sorry. So
Actually, we didn't follow this. Can you repeat from?
yeah,
Like,
I'm going to repeat.
okay.
Thank you very much for calling. Okay, so what I was saying, that layer is nothing but a function.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So let's suppose layer's job is a square. Okay? I give 5, it gives 25. Right?
Yes.
I give 10, it gives 100. Layer
Mhm.
does nothing except this. Right? But layer
Yes.
does not have a formula. What do you give to layer? You give 10 and 100, 5 and 25, 3 and 9, 7 and 49. You give data, no algorithm.
Just like key value pair hash map.
Yes, in X and Y. Do you understand?
Mhm.
Yeah.
And now what you do, you tell him, okay, what will be, I give you X equal to 8, what is output? It will give you 65, whatever reason, right?
Mm.
Right or wrong?
It's almost right.
64.
But not right.
Yes.
Yes?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you are a human being, what will you do? You will tell, please, the correct answer is 64, not 65. This is called feedback.
Mhm.
Mm.
In machine learning, it is called loop back. Okay? So what happens? You are given feedback, so you have one more data, 864, right?
Mm.
Mhm.
This is also called a reinforced learning. Why? You are getting feedback, right? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what happens? Deep learning goes one level extra. What does it do? Deep learning is here. Deep learning gets 24, 39, 864, 12, 145, 13, 170. I'm deliberately giving something wrong. Okay, 640 and so on. Do you understand?
Yes.
Mhm.
It learns. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and learns. What is learning outcome?
So the first
It
three
creates
are okay.
x equal to x square.
Mhm.
Auto created function. We did not tell. We did not tell machine. Okay, machine created the function automatically. Do you understand?
Mhm.
Yeah.
So it goes and this, now this is trained layer and it gives you prediction of same data. What is that? 4, 9, 64, 144, 170 and 36, right?
But if we are
Yes.
passing 2,5, if we are passing 2,5 or 3,10 in the first two things, then how
No,
it will be like
layer decided that I got a formula.
okay, okay.
Our model found a formula.
Mm-hmm.
So it predicted, now it is checking. Do you understand?
Okay.
Mhm.
Again, this stopped working. Oh, okay. I'm so lucky. So you see, actual was this, yes or no?
Yes.
So
Mhm.
after how many inputs the layer will decide
Oh,
like this is the formula?
I don't know. You give more, it will find better pattern. Somebody is first day on job, he will make a lot of mistakes. 2 years in job, he will make less mistakes, right?
Mhm.
That is why this data is important. It is trying to find a pattern.
Okay.
Then it will find out error. What is error? 0 square, 0 square, a square, so that it is nullified. 32 and 40 both are bad, right? 32 for this and 40 both are bad. So we are doing a square. Okay. Yes or no? So it found out that we were off the mark, right? Classical machine learning model, it stops here. Do you understand?
Yeah.
In deep learning model, what does it do? It tells, no, I was wrong. Let me do again. Okay. So now it has two inputs. What? This one and this one. It says fx equal to x square plus 0.1x, right?
Okay.
And now it will run again and try to do it. Okay? Did you understand?
The last portion I didn't understand, because initially
So
it predicted as x square.
what happens? It got feedback of its outcome.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
It is having input and feedback both.
Okay.
And it is trying to revise its own formula.
Got it. Yeah.
This doesn't work.
Okay.
It will try to revise something else. Did you get my point?
So it is based upon the revision will be based upon more inputs it is coming, correct?
This is where I say it will overtake humans. Okay? It doesn't need your feedback. It creates feedback for itself.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Yeah. Based
Are we
upon the
clear?
data, it will automatically find out the feedback.
Deep learning model goes one step extra. You understood one fundamental difference is feedback. Another fundamental difference is it creates same program 1,000 times.
Okay.
And it passes data to all of them. Right?
Yeah.
And all of them come with different formula. Somebody comes with this. Something like that. Everybody comes with a different formula, right? And everybody compares its own result, right? And one aggregator is there who is taking from them, okay, and saying, giving some weightage. It is saying that I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let us assume it is 10. So it takes everyone's value and gives 10% weightage. Value 1, 0.10, value 2, and so on. And the total value is sum of this. Okay? VI. Are we clear?
Yes.
What does it do? It gives 10% weightage and total V is sum. Are we clear?
Yeah.
So
One more
suppose you,
question, Thakur.
yeah.
So the function which our layers is creating, this is also algorithm written by a human.
No. It is just trying. I'll come back to that. It is just trying. A simple gradient model, it is trying. Why machine learning is dangerous? You have to understand that it does not have any algorithm written. Nothing is written.
Nothing is
So,
written, then who is creating? Like, I'm not getting that.
So now you understood some working of machine learning models, right?
Yeah.
Let's go and find out how does it do. So 310 came and this guy is doing something, right?
Yeah.
And it gave 9, somebody gave 9.5, somebody gave 9.3, somebody gave 10, somebody gave 11, and so on and so forth. Yes or no?
Mhm.
And the value came was 10.35 average value, right?
Yes.
Mhm.
This master layer is comparing who was right and who was wrong. In real life, assume that you are told you are getting value from 3 places. 3 is there and you have to give output. 3 and 10 is input output. Do you understand?
Yes.
Yeah.
So what happens? This layer gives 3 input and 9 output. This layer gives 3 input and 10 output. This layer gives 3 input and 11 output. This one gives output as 10, 3, 10. Average it is taking, right?
Mhm.
9 plus 10 plus 11 by 3 is 10, right?
Yes.
Actual was what?
And
Who was
actually,
right, who was wrong? Who was right, wrong?
the first one was right.
So earlier what it was doing, it was giving weightage 33% to this, 33% to this, and 33% to this, equal weightage. All are equal.
Okay.
Now what this layer found? Who is right, who is wrong? Middle one is right and others are wrong, right?
Yep.
In real life, what you will do? You'll say, look, this guy is better. So we are revising the weightage to 50%.
Okay.
This guy was wrong, 25%. This guy was wrong, 25%. What happened now?
50%
So then
is
it
gone.
will revising the algorithm based upon the 50%.
These are called neurons. The wrong neuron or perceptron, to be more technical. Neurons have been penalized for bad prediction and rewarded for good prediction. Yes or no?
Yes.
Mhm.
Automatically, or somebody is there? Nobody is there. This
Yeah.
neuron is just checking who is gave me what, right?
Mhm.
Yes or no? Right or wrong?
Right.
Right.
So suppose you have 1 million neurons and this one is master neuron. It is getting data from everywhere. It can adjust weight. Yes or no?
Yes.
Who it trusts
Yes.
more or less? And if
Mhm.
you keep on giving data here and it is getting data here, every time it is finding this guy is doing well, its weightage keeps on increasing. Yes or no?
Mhm.
Yes.
So what will happen? Good neurons will be given more importance
More weightage. Yeah.
and bad neurons will be filtered out, right?
Yep.
Yes.
And every neuron is trying to guess, right?
Yes.
Yes or
But
no?
if in case if we are passing wrong value most number of times from the input, purposefully I am passing wrong values 3,30,
There
3,50.
there cannot be anything wrong. You are passing 310. You are passing 311. You are passing 312. Your data is this. You are trying to predict this. There is nothing wrong.
Okay.
Okay.
Mhm.
Machine learning model has to learn why this is 310, 311, 312. Right? I'll give you an example with natural language.
Okay.
I went to a bank. Okay. Bank is a good, relaxing place. Never trust your bank. Bank on your friends. Are they same?
No.
No.
Nothing
No.
the same.
Machine learning model has to find out which bank is what. Yes or no?
Yeah, correct.
Yes.
And you will be surprised that it can find out all are different without you telling you. Okay?
Okay.
But the question, Thakur, I'm not getting. Machine learning means the layer or something should be having some algorithm or something, right, to find out like which one is wrong, which one is good.
Wait, every magician waits for, doesn't reveal his secret.
Okay.
I am not the magician. The models are magicians. Okay. So I'm simply saying you right now what we did in classical machine learning. There was one layer. It was doing a job and it was getting all the data, predicting itself, trying to find out different formulas and getting you one formula. In deep learning, what happened? They became neurons. Okay.
Okay.
And this became layer. Every mode, this is classical model. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Each is classical model. And then you got further layer of neurons who check their work. Not one, multiple. Further layers who check their work. Do you understand?
Yeah.
And finally, you have some outcome. And if you repeat this 1,000 times, the
Reinforcement.
feedback is stronger and stronger.
Yeah.
1 million times.
Yeah. Yes, correct.
Suppose you are training a doctor. Okay. How many of you have seen Munna Bhai?
I guess everyone.
Everyone? That dead body is there and postmortem is being done and he cannot even see, right?
Yes.
So a doctor is there, he might have 5 teachers, right?
Yeah.
So 5 professors are there who are judging every student. Yes or no? Who is good, bad? And then final score comes and grading, right?
Yeah.
Over. This is faulty model. My nephew works in IBM. Okay. So what happened that he and I went to a hospital with his son. In our family, we are a family of toppers. Not boasting. My son is the only guy who is not a topper. Okay. So the doctor seemed to be less intelligent, and my nephew was telling, "Say, Puchu, you people understand Hindi?"
Yes.
Yeah.
इससे पूछूं कहाँ से पास हुआ, कहाँ से पास हुआ? I told him, okay. Okay. So the problem is that it was not fault of doctor. It is fault of the model we are as a human being. Despite the best model, you cannot run it multiple times. How many times he will do? He will open the corpse body and see the organs.
Less number of time.
Munna Bhai was there. He told circuit and he got a body. Right? How many students can do that?
No one.
Right? So you understand the difference. So let us understand few things first. A classical machine learning model is single model, okay, run one time or several times. It also runs several times. But deep learning model, what it does, it has same or different models repeated over n number of times in a layer. And that layer is checked by other layers. Keep on. So this is junior doctor, middle level expert, expert, and so on and so forth. Do you understand?
Yeah, but how many layers it will be coming? So it will depends upon the data we are providing, or like.
That depends on you.
Mhm.
Okay. See, there is something called error rate
Okay.
or accuracy. As long as your model is running and improving its accuracy, keep on learning, right?
Okay.
When accuracy becomes, see, first time it was 90% accurate, 92%, 93%. It is, as long as it is going up, you keep on running, right? And it says no, now no longer it is, then you stop, right?
Okay. Yeah. Got it.
Training is costly, so you want to stop here, 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 here. That is up to you, right?
Yes.
Suppose this is effort. With the X effort, you can reach to say 80%. Okay? Little bit effort, you can reach to 90%. More effort, you can reach to 91%. Now it is up to you to decide how much effort you want to give for every extra percentage, right?
Yeah.
One thing, in deep learning, 99% accuracy is very bad performance. Okay?
Okay.
Did you understand?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a bad
I
performance.
understand.
Yeah, very, very bad performance.
So what is the best performance?
Perhaps 99.9999%.
Okay.
I'm just trying to tell you how far we have reached in machine learning. So that was introduction. So we create a model. So this is our model, and model has layers, as I explained to you. And layer has tiny classical models called neurons. Clear?
Yeah.
Any question?
No.
No.
Okay. And by the time you must have realized that what does a model do? Suppose these are say 5. This is 5 neurons, and all data go to this place. How many weightage it will have, this neuron?
5.
5 weights. Are we clear?
Yeah.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
So weight is equal to inputs in a row, right? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So we can also column per row, right? How many columns one row has? One set of data you give, all 5 neurons in first layer 1, they will process, and they will result in 5 outputs. That is for one row. Yes or no?
Yeah.
I give 3 parameters: interview, experience, and education. I gave 90, 80, and 70. How many outputs will be resulting? This is input. How many outputs it will be resulting in?
3.
This 3 will be going, and it will be getting 5. Yes or no? Because this guy will process and give one output. This guy will process and give one output. This guy will process, this guy will process, this guy will process, and same record. And everybody will give one output. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Yes or no?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Are we clear? But what this
Yeah.
neuron is doing? This neuron is also giving, it will say, look, I'm going to give equal weightage. So it is giving 33%, 33%, 33%. This neuron says, look, last time I made terrible mistake because interview is more important. So 50%, 25%, 25%. Are you getting it?
Yeah.
Every neuron is behaving differently and giving different weightage to these 3 marks. Yes or no? So how many weightages it will have? How many? How many weightages neuron in first layer should have?
One neuron will have 3 weightage.
Why 3? Because we have 3 columns
3
in each row. Yes or no? Are we clear?
But what is this 33 percentage? 90, 87.
Suppose you were the HR guy and you have got the score. You 3 are HR guys.
Okay.
Rajesh, Gyan and Siddharth. Right?
Yeah.
I give you 3 experience. I call this number of years, education and interview. 3 scores. Okay. I give 90, 30, 70. All of you will take, say, what is overall score you will give. You have to find out average score.
Okay.
All 3 of you give same weightage, then you will get 80%.
Yes.
Is that going to help me?
No.
Well, no. Sometimes experience matters more.
So, who told? Who was it? Who told experience matters more?
Rajesh. I mean, like.
Or Rajesh?
Yeah.
Rajesh. So Siddharth might tell that interview matters more.
Yeah.
Gyan might say years of experience, education matters more. All of you will give different weightage. If you give same weightage, there is no reason that you should use machine learning model.
Got it.
Do you understand?
Yeah. So, yeah.
Yep.
So based upon that, we have given different kinds of weightage to the first layer, and the second layer will determine like will reassess it based upon the average, and finally
Right.
comes.
You have senior HR guy. Okay. You have senior HR guy who is deciding what to do. Okay.
Okay.
So senior HR guy gets it, and after 6 months or 1 year, you get feedback from people whether that candidate was good or bad or ugly. Yes or no? So what happens? You learn. You are working for 5 years. You have seen many candidates recruitment. Now you are experienced because you have feedback also how you relied and what input or output you got.
Okay.
Yes. Are you getting me?
Yeah.
Yes or no?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
But my limited point was how many input weightage you will have if you have 3 input.
3 input, it will be like.
Can have 3.
3 input, then 3 weightage or more.
3 weightage.
Yeah.
Are we all clear?
Yes.
Or anybody has any doubt?
3 input.
Suppose I add one more item. I add one more item. A reference from 2 references, and their score also I add. Now, how many weightages you will have? 4.
4.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
But
This
if
is
in case,
what I have.
If in case one person does not consider interview, he consider only year of experience and education, then
0%. He will give 0%.
Okay, got it.
He will. He must
Yeah.
have. This is what I have to do every time. Yeah. Do you see? Rishi, can you give me his one? I'm not unable. Yeah, it is giving me more problem than. Okay. It gives me horrible problem sometimes. The most I'm addicted to, and now and so you people understand one thing, that how many weights we need, the number
Yes.
of items in each row, not number of rows.
Hmm.
Are you getting it or not?
Yeah, first number of items in row, and second one will be number of rows, correct?
Number of rows doesn't matter. You can pass 1, 2, 10, 20, it will learn more.
Okay.
Yes or no?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
It will
I
learn
mean,
more.
what I am trying to talk about is the first number of items. It will be identifying the what exactly the weightage, and then like the second layer for the deep learning layer will determines like what is the for example
No,
the
no,
first number of,
see, let us understand, number of layers do not matter.
okay.
If you get 10 candidates, you will again use 4 weightages. If you have
Okay.
20 candidates, then also you will use 4 weightages.
Okay.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Any question? I'm sorry, this has become very difficult job. Okay. I have no solution for this. It keeps on tripping over. Okay. Anyway, so let us go. By the time I fix this, let us go and write it. The code we are going to write is, so model we are going to create. I believe you people have created this line,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Yes.
Now we have to add layers. So first layer we are adding, and please, I'm giving you code, copy and paste, and you people will have to give me feedback whether you are learning or not. If you find, because first 2 weeks are most difficult, okay, and I don't want you people to leave, so first 2 weeks are most important.
So we didn't add that layer actually. So can you provide the code for layer as well?
Yeah, this, so what error it is giving you?
Layers is not defined.
Yeah, exactly. So in Keras we have layers, and Keras is inside TensorFlow.
Hmm.
So from TensorFlow we are getting Keras, from Keras we are getting layers, right? You will write above that line. Are we clear? Still getting error? So the code I gave you, that should be below the last code I gave you, because first you need to import.
Yeah.
And
It is
But the
working.
last code you sent us is the sequential. We created tf.keras.sequential.
you are not getting code I gave you too.
No, after that I think you have not given any code.
Did you get hello right now?
Yeah.
So above that there is model.add.layers. No?
Yeah.
Okay, anyway,
But before that, this the one line
I'm
number
giving you,
one. Yeah.
first you should do this, and then you should. I deliberately did not give you first so that you understand that what code you are writing rather than copying.
Yeah.
Because copying has disastrous consequences. Later on, people just don't follow anything, and I keep on talking.
Mm.
Yeah.
So that's why we will get error. So from which we will identify what is missing.
Oh, you understand why you are getting error rather than writing code. See,
Yeah.
later on, see, why I was telling Naveen if he is interested, Naveen, I think Naveen is his name, right?
Yeah,
If he is interested, he should join now. Okay, because after 1 week, it will be very different story.
yes, correct.
After 1 week, it is extremely difficult to go back and train him on whatever he has missed. Even if he watches videos, it is going to be very difficult.
True.
Okay, so anyway, so my son has another pointer pen, and I believe he is right. He says that I'm not going to use your notebook. Okay, so I'm borrowing his notebook. Okay, anyway, not bad. Anything. Okay. So now we have the next thing is this one. Okay, first let me explain you what we did.
We added a layer.
So you people understand what we did?
Actually, we added a layer, but from the syntax point of view, like we have added a layer to the model, but we need to know like what exactly the parameters passed.
Handwriting will be very bad because I'm writing. This is a model. In that we are going to add. This is our model, and we are going to add layers. Okay. In that we are creating 64 neurons. What you see is 64 neurons.
Okay.
Are we clear?
Yeah.
Yes.
And we will talk about activation function, but let us understand. Suppose I invite all of you for a cup of coffee tonight. Will you come?
Some may come, some may not come.
Yes.
Coffee to
No, today, tonight.
No.
No? If your neighbor calls you for a cup of coffee,
We
if
may
it
go.
was not,
Maybe.
you may go, right?
Yeah.
If there is a small party in another city which will cost you $200, will you go?
No.
No.
If that is a big party, you will go, right?
Yes.
So it is very important to decide, even if you got value, suppose you got percentage below 50%, what do? You don't even send to your senior. Why? Because they are filtered at your level. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah.
And this activation function does exactly that. At the first layer level, it decides that some data is so bad that it should not go to next level. Did you understand?
But
Yeah.
activation equal to some text, right? So what exactly it means, like ReLU?
Activation function is something which decides which data will go to next layer.
Yeah, but we are providing a default value here. Activation equal to
There
ReLU.
are different functions.
Okay.
Okay. Different functions are like several functions are there, like this one. What does it say? All negative value I don't want. You understand?
Yeah.
Only positive value, please send. It says there is something like this, which says that if, sorry, because in this I have to see on screen and do, it is never easy. My son is doing great with this. He is creating sketches. Oh, sorry guys. Yeah, so like this, what happens? If you got 50, you will get 80%. You understand? You got 100, then you don't get double value. You get 90. Do you understand? You get 200, then you get 92%. Do you understand? If you get infinity, then you reach to 1. So this is moderation of the value which goes to next level. Do you understand?
Okay.
Simplest example is HR. What happens? If cutoff is below 50%, less than 50%, don't send to your boss. Over. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Okay.
Right.
So this is activation. We will talk about that in details. At this point of time, in the first layer, we are creating 64 neurons. That means one input is being processed by 64 neurons. Do you understand? Like one candidate is being interviewed not in batch by 64 individual interviewers. Suppose one interviewer wants to play malified, he cannot. 63 are going to give different results. They are independent of each other. Do you understand?
Yeah.
And in the future, the feedback will come and this guy will be penalized. Clear or not?
Yep.
That is where comes the efficiency of this machine learning model. Why I'm so scared. Okay, we are creating next layer with 32 neurons. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And one more thing, what is dense? What happens? What is dense? There are 2 neurons. Okay. So one input goes to everybody. Yes or no?
Yes.
And that input goes to everybody. Do you understand? It goes to everyone. It is not that. So what happens? Everybody is there. So suppose you have here 1 million neuron, and you have here another million neuron. How many processing points are created? 1 million into 1 million. Do you understand how much computation?
It's a Cartesian join of million.
It is huge, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there are generally 2 types of networks, neurons, layers, dense layer and convoluted layer. What happens in dense layer? Every neuron will send output to every neuron here. So if this is M, this is N, it will be M into N. But if neurons are very large, there is something called convoluted network. Convoluted means shortcut. What does it do? From this neuron, suppose these are neurons, and in next layer we have these neurons. Sorry for my bad handwriting. Okay. What happens? This guy might send to this and this and this. Okay. Similarly, this guy might be getting from this. Do you understand? Not everybody is sending to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So what happens? The workload is reduced. And if you have large number of neutrons, it is possible that same information is processed by more than one, right?
Mm-hmm.
But still 1 million, let us assume that every neuron sends to 1K neurons in next layer, right?
Okay.
Randomly. So what happens? Every information is processed by 1,000 neurons.
Mm-hmm.
Now 1 million into 1K is very much less than 1 million into 1 million, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So this is the model which you talked first, right? So initially when we are discussing the deep model, this is the convoluted model.
No, I did not talk about that because I didn't see how you see. Suppose you have 10 junior HR professionals. Okay, they are getting candidate data and filtering and passing. And there are 5 middle level HR managers.
Okay.
So every 10 person is sending to all 5.
Okay.
So no.
Yes.
So one person has to work on 10 inputs. Yes or no?
Yes.
Because same candidate feedback comes 10 times. And 5 middle experts, that means 50 feedbacks are being processed by the company. Right? That is too much. They decide, look, you people have to send randomly to 2 persons, 2 senior persons. Right? Randomly. You will not decide, some messy random algorithm will decide. What is happening now? Every candidate feedback is generated by junior HRs.
Yes.
And his feedback is going to 2 middle level HRs.
Yeah.
But junior HRs don't know to whom it is going, right?
Yes.
So which model you will apply depends on how much data you have. If you take few interviews in a year, you send to everybody, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If daily you take huge interviews, what you will do?
Random.
We will filter it out.
So
No,
you understand the difference between dense and convoluted, right?
Yeah.
Dense means previous layer neurons send data to each neuron in next layer. Convoluted means some neurons you send, some you don't send.
Yeah. I got the difference between dense and convoluted, but initially you were talking about there was 3 weightage, and then all the 3 weightages are sent to the first neuron only, right?
Yes. Weightage is different.
Okay.
Suppose you have 1 million neurons in first layer.
Okay.
Second layer, you have 5 million neurons.
Okay.
Okay. So if you send all 1 million neurons from first layer, send data to each neuron in second layer. So think of 1 neuron in second layer. How many records it is getting?
1 million.
1 million.
So it has to have 1 million weight, right?
Yeah.
If you change the algorithm and you decide, no, they will send randomly to 1000 neurons in next layer only.
Okay.
Each neuron in next layer must have 1000 weights. Or you let second layer neurons decide how many it wants. So if second layer, one neuron wants 20 inputs, it will have 20 weightage.
Okay.
If it takes 2000 inputs, it will have 2000 weightage, right?
Okay, got it.
Weightage is very different from how you pass the information, but these are early days. Okay. Are we clear about this?
Yeah, but we are passing the weightage from the
No, we are not passing the weightage. Weightages are being created by layers.
Okay, but we are passing the number of neurons for the each layers, correct?
We are just creating the layer.
Okay.
So we are saying 64. Second layer is 32, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Remember that first layer will generate 64 outputs. Yes or no?
Yes.
So second layer, each neuron must have 64 weights.
Correct.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah, because it's a dense.
Yeah. So yes. So if you give one record to cell number 16, it will generate 64 outputs. And pass it to cell number 33, right?
Yes.
Are we clear?
Yes.
Any question? So please do the second one also. So we created a model. We added 64 neurons in first layer and 32 neurons in second layer.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then we are adding one more layer. Okay. And what is this target count? Suppose you want one result, pass or fail, the last neuron should give you only one output, 0 or 1. Yes or no?
Yes.
Suppose I'm processing a video and I want text transcript. Okay. I want some trailer. I want voice, audio separate, and motion picture separate. How many things I need? 4 things: transcript, audio, video, and trailer.
Mhm.
So in last layer, I must have 4 neurons, each doing a separate job. Do you understand?
Yeah.
And that is why this is important. Suppose you want to classify some movie. Okay. So only one result is required. Suppose you have handwritten letters are there. Only single letter. So what output you expect from it? It will say you it is A, it is 9, it is alpha, it is beta. You expect only one output. Yes or no?
Yes.
So the number of neurons in last layer must be 1 and 1 only. Right?
Yes.
But in case of that video trailer transcript, you
Because
said
you need 4 outputs.
4 outputs, right?
One output is transcript, one output is audio motion, audio file, one output is video file, right?
Yeah, so it will be like dense and you will be writing 4 here.
Yeah, you will be writing 4 here,
Okay, yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Are we clear or any doubt?
So there will be one neuron, but there it will be 4 things.
No. There will be, each neuron must give you only one output. Remember.
Okay. In that case, there will be 4 neurons. Each will be like a. So whatever the parameters which we initially passed, for example, education, experience, and there is one more thing which we have passed. So in that case, it will be 3. Correct?
Yeah, input will be 3. So this will have, suppose we pass our data with 3 inputs. What each neuron in this layer will have 3 weights.
Yes.
So total number of weights will be 64 neurons into 3.
Into 3, yes.
Do you understand? One
Yes.
more is bias. Okay. So I will not be able to complete this part. So let us talk about bias only. What is bias? Let us assume that a bomb squad. Okay.
So before going into bias, so first let me understand this. The first one, model.add of dense of 64, in which if we are passing 3 input, it will be 64 into 3. But at the end, there will be 3 neurons. Each of them will be.
We are clear about 64 into 3?
Yes.
Because we passed 3 columns. How
Yes.
many columns it gets each time?
32 into the weight, right? Like whatever.
No, hold on.
Three columns in first.
Who gives data to cell number 19?
18.
The cell number 18.
How many neurons are there?
64 neurons are there.
64.
And this is dense. That means all 64 will pass each neuron.
Each neuron.
Yeah. So it will be 64 into 32 into 4.
Where is 4? No, 64 into 32.
Yeah, 64 into 32. Yes.
Only 64 weights for each neuron. And how
Okay.
many neurons we have? 32, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
And here
1 neuron.
we have one neuron. And how
And
many
32.
inputs it will get?
32.
So 1 into 32 weight it will have, right?
Yes.
Weight is basically who you trust more or who you trust less.
Okay.
Now, what is bias? So let us take a simple example of bomb squad. You three are there, part of bomb squad. The call comes that there is a threat of bomb, right?
Okay.
Some of you believe that no, people by and large are nice people. Okay, law and order is fine, crime has gone down, people don't believe in violence. And some believes, no, everybody is a terrorist. Both of you will, all of you will have same perception of bomb threat or different perception.
Different.
So whatever data says, you have inbuilt bias. Do you understand?
Yes.
You have inbuilt bias. So you suppose you have a tool and your model says 50% chance of bomb, right?
Yes.
And let us assume 50% is your cutoff also. Your tool says, some very intelligent algorithm based tool says you 50% chance of bomb. And you are hawkish guy. What will you do? You'll say, no, not 50%, 80% chance. Let us go and defuse the bomb. Somebody is very peace-loving, positive idea guy. What he will say? Oh, yeah, 50% tool is saying there will not be bomb. 30% chance, actually. He will not go. Right?
Yes.
Yes.
What is this difference of 30 on 20%? This did not come from data.
Bias.
This is the layer generated, the neuron generated. Yes or no?
Yes.
Neuron is deciding that I will add something extra from my side. Somebody will reduce the threat every time. Somebody will increase the threat every time, depending on how he believes the system to work. Right?
Yes.
So that is called bias. If you take bias also as weight, then you will have number of inputs received plus 1 for each neuron. Do you understand? So suppose, let us go back to interview example. So some HR guy is saying that these days scoring is very difficult here. So he calculates the average and adds 10. Some says these days people score very easily. So he calculates the average and deducts 10, right? So this adding 10 and deducting 10 from every candidate's average score is called bias. Are we clear? So how many weights you will have in total? You will have the bias number of columns or number of inputs, okay,
Plus
1 or record plus 1. Are we clear?
Yes.
yes.
Okay.
Not clear? Then I'll repeat again. I hope you are clear.
So in the first exam, first layer, it will be 64 plus 64.
Now, each neuron will get 3 records, 3 inputs.
Yes.
Then each neuron will have 4 weightage.
4. So 64 into 4, right?
Yes. Yes.
In second layer, 64, 32 into 64 plus 1.
Yeah.
In last layer, 1 into,
32
if
plus
target
1.
count is 1, 1 into 32 plus
32
1.
plus 1. Yeah.
Are we clear?
Yes.
Right? And because I cannot complete this, I would just want to show you the code.
Thakur, also, like, I didn't understand this activation equal to relu.
Oh, as I told you that if you send 10% and 80% all scores to your boss, will you be happy?
Then,
Suppose you are junior HR and senior HR is somebody, and you are sending 5%, 0%, 1%, 2% average score also to your boss. Will you be happy?
no, he will not.
So what you have to do? You have to put a cutoff yourself,
Yes. Yeah.
and that cutoff is decided by activation. Activation
Oh.
decides what data will go to next layer.
Okay. Yeah. Got it.
Okay.
Yeah. Got it.
Layers don't decide on themselves, but layers have to decide something,
Right.
right?
Yes.
So one is input, one is your own weights and biases, and one is where you put a cutoff,
Cutoff. Yes.
right?
Yes.
Are we clear?
Yes. Got it.
Okay. So let us take example of relu says that 50% or below don't send to next layer, and above send to next.
Next
And
layer.
suppose
Yeah.
somebody has average 50%, your bias is 10%, and you deduct the minus 10%, so you make it 40%, don't send it, right?
Yes.
Somebody 55% minus 10%, you don't send it, right?
Yeah.
Someone's bias is plus 20, here somebody gets 35% plus 20%, he sends it. Remember that you 55 you did not send, and somebody 35 he is sending. Okay.
Yes.
But both of you have cutoff of 50. 50 is your activation. 10 or 20 is your bias, how you adjust. Right?
Yep.
You must have seen everybody complaining that this time I did not get good marks because examiner must have been very strict.
Yes. Correct.
That is your bias. Same answer can fetch you 10 out of 10, same answer will fetch you perhaps 5 out of 10, right?
Right.
But pass marks remain same, right? Or pass marks.
Pass mark is cutoff is same.
So activation is your pass mark.
Okay.
Are we clear?
Yes. So we have to expect here some of the neuron from the previous layer may not send their input to the next layer.
It
If the
might.
activation equal to,
So
it might not.
yeah, you raised very pertinent point. Okay. You made a call to me. Okay. And no sound is coming. Am I not speaking or my phone is call is dead? Both are same or different?
Both are same because you are not sending any voice.
No, both are different. I might be speaking, but voice is not going to you.
Okay.
Call is dead.
Yeah.
Or I don't want to speak.
Yes.
So if next layer you don't send any data, the next layer doesn't know that previous layer is working fine or not. You understand?
Yes.
So generally what they find solution, they send almost zero data. Okay.
Okay.
Like you see some whisper in background. Okay. You hear some whisper in background. You see some hear some noise in background, but you don't see me talking. Don't listen to me talking. That means I'm silent. Yes or no?
Yes.
The call is not dead. So actually they don't do zero transmission. They do near zero transmission, so that it doesn't affect the value, but it still establishes that the neurons are alive.
Okay.
Did you get my point?
Yeah. So that is the case I was talking.
That is
like,
practical solution. That is practical
right. So
solution.
neuron means the next layer may not get the input from the previous
No,
layer.
next layer is getting the input. It is just ignoring because it is too small.
Too
But
small. Okay.
next layer knows that data is coming.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Two
Got
things
it.
established. Data is coming and data is not worth considering.
Mhm.
Are we clear?
Yes.
Okay. So quickly I'll tell you. So after adding, we compile. We don't compile in classical model because there is one single neuron, single algorithm. You just create and you start using. Here you keep on adding layers, then you have to tell, and there are few things you do more. We will talk about that too. Okay.
Okay.
Remember that this is just introduction. You will come back to all these things. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Because what I'm doing perhaps when we have crossed 80% course, I'm there. Okay.
Yeah.
I just want to show you what is your goal.
Yeah.
Okay. And then all your questions perhaps will be more relevant. Why we do, what we do, how we do, right? Right question somebody asked today and I did not answer is, how does neurons do? Now you understand it's a simple case. What is that? You get a feedback, or you were wrong, you adjust the values.
Yeah.
How you adjust value? You don't know. Okay, suppose some neuron was told you were wrong. Okay, suppose somebody gave 100% score and after 2 years feedback is 80%, and the same neuron gets feedback that where I gave 100% average score, the average score should have been 80%. Now this neuron has 3 inputs: interview, experience, and education. It doesn't know which went wrong, right? So what will do? It will randomly adjust some figures, weights. It doesn't even know which one went wrong. And it will try to find out next time it can do better or not. So slowly and slowly it will learn, oh, this parameter is not working well and this parameter is working well. And that is why machine scores over, because as a human being, suppose you go for interview. What happens? One interview you go and you get feedback that your body language is not good. Then you improve your body language. Next interview you go, they tell you your technical skill is not good. They tell you something else. So you have limited number of interviews. So you cannot repeat that over million of times. But a machine learning model can repeat that million of times and get the feedback. So the real life constraints play a big role why machine is going to take over. I have no doubt about that machine is going to rule. 20 years, 30 years, 50 years, I'll give 200 years to human race, not more than that. I'm very pessimistic now. So don't have kids, guys. At least tell your kids to not have kids. Gyan.
Yeah.
You have to prepare Anshuman not to get married. Even if you get married, don't have kids. I'm not joking. I'm serious. They are going to live 150 years at least.
Yeah.
And they are going to see the machine taking over. You people know Tesla has a large battery factory in US, cell factory in US. Please go and read about that. Highly polluting factory going back to US. Asian golden era started with polluting industries coming to Asia. Now they are going back to US and developed countries because of automation and robotics. That is just the beginning of the story. This lockdown has exposed further. All the big malls, big warehouses, they will put more and more robots. Amazon is going to go even more aggressively with drone delivery, etc. more and more the jobs are going to be lost. Okay, I hope I am not scaring you. Thank you very much.
Thank
Okay,
you.
but that is what I see. Yeah.
The recording will be available on the same link, right?
Yeah, I think yesterday's recording should be available. Can you check, please?
I didn't check now, so we'll check it.
Can you check right now? Because if you have difficulty, I'll have to.
Okay.
Should I give you link again?
No, I will check it. Let me see. Yeah, two of them available. I mean,
Yes. Fine. Anybody does not have, I have given you Dropbox link. Okay.
yeah.
Sure.
Okay. Thanks a lot, guys.
Thakur, Siddharth, you have one question to ask, right, Thakur, regarding
Please.
Yeah, Thakur. So we have this data always going as an input, right?
Yes.
So I was thinking like how data science is related here, and we'll be covering after machine learning
Okay.
course.
because
Okay, hold on.
we could, yeah.
Hold on. You have a calculator? You put some input, it gives you output, right?
Yes. Yeah.
That is artificial intelligence. Okay. You press remote of your car and car opens. That is artificial intelligence. Okay.
Mhm.
So anything which does something useful for you,
Mhm.
which is any artificial system, which is not a natural system, like monkeys, humans, and so on, for river and water and mountain and wind. Something artificial does anything useful for you, that can be classified as artificial intelligence.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay.
If you talk that in the in sense of career or profession, artificial intelligence generally mean that you can do a lot of computing, you can write new models, algorithm for machine models or not. So that is different issue. I'm not going to teach you that, because for that you need to take mathematics course, and that is not this right forum. If you are ready to do that, I would love to start a course, because I need people who can do that. Okay. The Siddhant came and left. He was doing physics. He was in third year of physics graduation. I was very enthused that he might be interested in learning mathematics. So if people are interested in learning, that is we will do. So there is difference between what is definition, technical definition, and what is a career in artificial intelligence. Technical definition is simple, that any artificial system which does anything for you, like you have Excel sheet, you select it and press sort, it sorts data. That is artificial intelligence. But that will not give you.
I think the question was more about, because we are currently learning machine language and computing and all, right? So, but when it comes to
second part,
when it comes to data science is a kind of a wider area. So data science uses machine learning, correct? So, but data science is more.
Rajesh, hold on for a second. Let me complete, and then I'll answer your this.
Okay. Okay.
So then comes machine learning. So what is machine learning? That every day you come home and you have to open the lock of your door, right?
Yeah.
But let us assume that you must have seen auto sliding doors. You reach near the door and door opens. Okay.
Yeah.
That is again artificial intelligence. That is not machine learning. That is programmed that way. Okay. So it closes and opens, But let us assume that assume that a traffic light is there. It is programmed to get green on all four sides for 30 seconds in 2 minutes. Okay. And it also has a program which can count the number of vehicles on one side by taking a snapshot and counting the vehicles.
Mhm.
So every day it finds out average vehicle on the side, and it divides the 1/22 in proportion of the vehicles it sees going from X side to Y side.
Mhm.
So what happens? Next day it will not do 30 second, 30 second, 30 second. Last day there was a lot of traffic from X to Y, it will do 60 second. There was no traffic from one side, it will do 5 seconds. So what this time machine did, it was learning on the job. It was not doing what it was programmed for. That is machine learning. What I have taught you is machine learning. Okay, this is the machine learning you will be doing, and this is your career also. Now, next level is what is data science.
Mhm.
When you apply same machine learning or huge amount of data, machine learning can be run with 4 lines of data and millions of lines of data, right? Like I told you that you type on mobile, please call me when, and it will say you get time because it has been trained with millions and billions of sentences.
Mhm.
When you do that, it becomes data science. So data science is all about you have sales data of past, you can predict what will be future sales data. You have customer behavior data, you can predict what customer will like in future. Okay, like you see in Google, you go and it will suggest you something. Okay, what does it do? It is watching you over every step of yours, which site you browse, where you go, what you buy, when you open your laptop, everything it is doing.
Yeah.
So when you apply the large amount of data to machine learning, that is data science. So we will be covering that.
Okay.
So we will be covering machine learning and data science. Now your question follow-up, I'm ready to take.
Yeah, it's a good elaborate answer.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was
But
confused
we just
between
wanted to
data
know,
science.
like, in data science, are we covering any big data platform like Hadoop or kind of, for example,
So
Teradata?
this is
Any
not
kind?
big data. This is not big data course, and I'm not expert in big data.
Okay.
Okay.
Big data in the
What
sense, like, I am asking, like, you're telling large amount of data, right? So that is a big data.
I'm going to teach you PySpark.
Okay.
Okay. So Apache Spark is big data platform, perhaps more popular than Hadoop. Hadoop is previous generation. Spark is our latest generation. So
Okay.
Apache Spark is distributed database system. Okay, big
Okay.
data.
Okay.
So we will teach you how to work with PySpark. Okay, PySpark is Python interface to Apache Spark. Okay, so you will say what you are not going to teach and what you are going to teach.
Okay.
So Apache Spark is cluster-based model. There is, suppose you have 3 laptops, okay, and you are keeping files in 1, 2, 3, you don't know. Sometimes you keep in this, sometimes you keep in that, and sometimes you keep in both or all 3, right?
Yeah.
Now you want to search a file. What happens? You go to all 3, yes, and search. Okay, so there is simple solution. You make one laptop master laptop and connect both 2 laptops with as slave laptops with some software. Okay, you tell your master laptop, I am looking for a Word file named myCB. Okay, so master laptop sends same message to slave laptops also, and all 3 start searching.
Okay.
Whoever gets first tells you, I got it. Okay. So if master laptop gets, he will give you your data and tell slave laptop, say stop searching, I got it. Okay. One of slave laptops gets, it will send the data to master, and master will tell you and tell everybody to stop because the search is over. Right?
Yes.
Yes.
Simple way. What? So Apache Spark is master and slave clusters. Okay. We will not be teaching you master slave clusters. We will be creating one simple cluster, a simple master, and we will tell you how to interact with that. Okay.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Yep.
Yeah.
So we will tell you how to, if you have some Apache Spark, how to talk, whether 1 or 20, because outside system talks only to master. So our programs will talk to master.
Okay.
Whether master has 200 slaves or 10 slaves or no slave, that is up to Apache Spark.
Okay.
So we will not be teaching you how to create those masters and slaves. We will be teaching you how to create a simple master in our Apache Spark and how to work with PySpark. So suppose you go on job, somebody already has 2000 cluster slaves and one master, you will be able to work because your code doesn't change. But if somebody says you, can you set up a master slave cluster of Apache Spark? No, we will not be teaching you.
Okay. Got it. But the idea of idea of the data science can be covered in this, right? Like without creating the slaves also.
This course is machine learning and data science.
Okay.
As I told you, all the big examples come as data science.
Okay. Okay. Got it.
See, in real life, there is no machine learning without data science. Why there is difference? The quantum of data. Small data you don't call data science. Okay.
Exactly. Yeah.
Big data you call data science.
But in big data, we need to cleanse it, analyze it, and finally we need to do some data mining process also, right? So because those
70% of the job is pre-processing. That you will learn here.
Okay.
Clean it, remove the null values, remove the outliers. And see, I told you the machine learning is going to be 10% of the course.
Okay.
70% is to cleaning the data and what is called data pre-processing or data pipeline.
Okay. Okay. Got it. Yeah.
Okay. Anything else?
No. So we are good.
Yeah.
With this course, you should be independently working on a solution. Why I criticize big companies a lot? They hire intelligent people and make them dumb. I don't know any big company who is really interested in grooming their resources.
That's correct.
You can ask yourself, when was last time you got 1 week training to improve your technical skills? And more so, which was not related to your current job, something else which you might take in future. I doubt you might.
Yeah, we didn't get anything.
Yeah, I did not get anything.
Oh, nobody has got. My nephew is in IBM. Okay, he heads a division, and I asked him. He says, "Uncle, फुर्सत किसे है? हम लोग को इतना काम करना है. अगर एक आदमी को 1 वीक के लिए भेज देंगे, तो काम कौन करेगा?"
Yeah, that's right.
So that is attitude. And they understand. And most importantly, you know, the people who are not good get training. Why? Suppose you are having 10 resources and you have a deadline and your HR has told you you have to nominate 2 people for a training program to go to a foreign country. Suppose you are in US, then you have to go to Europe, Switzerland, 1 week training, right? And you have big deadline coming. Will you send the worst team members or best team members?
Best.
Guys.
Best one.
Best ones? And who will do fulfill your deadline? Who will fulfill your deadline?
Yeah, that's the
You
problem.
will always send the man who is not doing work. and he will, and that is happening in every country, company. Go and check it. That is the reality of life. We read in economics that all maintenance departments, okay, service departments who do very badly are rewarded.
No.
In a large company, suppose you bought a computer and you never got any problem. Do you know where repair center is there? Service center? Would you know? You will never know. And suppose every month you are getting some problem with your laptop and you are taking to service center, you will get friendship with that guy, right?
Yeah. Yes.
So that guy is being rewarded because the product is bad.
Yeah.
That is reality of life. You cannot change it. Okay.
Yeah, Hitakur, I have to leave. So this recording will be available in the Dropbox, right? After some time.
Say a couple of hours.
Okay, no problem.
Okay, thanks a lot, guys. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thakur.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we will
Thank
try
you.
to finish it at 10:30, but I'm always open to questions. Okay.
Sure. Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Yeah.